I speak the name of Jesus over you. In your hurting, in your sorrow, I will ask my God to move. I speak the name 'cause it's all that I can do.
Come like a tree that grows beside the streams of water. It gives its fruit at the right season. Its leaves do not fall off. Everything that person does will have a good result. When I started reading Psalms, this verse really stuck out to me. The way I read it, your grow in the streams of water that God places there for you to keep your cup full. As long as you're feeding it off of it, this tree will give you fruit at the right seasons of your life. Your talents don't fall off. So, as long as you are drinking from the stream, and as long as you are pushing forward, we will see good results in our faith. I know from a personal experience, it's very easy to walk away, even though it may seem like you're still in your faith. As we get too comfortable in our routine, we get too comfortable in our faith. And then you're in a sitting boat of water. But most of the time, we completely forget that God can be found in literally. For example, the Venus flytrap, a plant that can count. When a fly lands on it, a Venus flytraps have little hairs that are sitting on the flytrap. And when a fly lands on the plant and strikes one hair, it will start counting. And it will strike and eat the fly if the fly strikes another hair within 20 seconds. And then clamp shut and devour the insect. If a scientist were to create a designed machine for the Venus flytrap, it would look like a bear trap today. Even in the Bible, the way that Jesus describes spreading the word, he uses farming as an example. John 4:35 through 38. You often say, it is still 4 more months until crops in the farmer's field will be ready for the harvest. But I say, you should open your eyes. I look at the fields. The plants are ready for the harvest now. The workers are already bringing in the fruit, and their master is paying them. As a result, people are receiving life forever with God. So the people who plants the seed will be very happy, and the person who brings in the fruit will also be very happy. Both of them will be happy together. You also say one person plants the seed and another person brings in fruit. Now you can see this is true. I have sent you to bring people to me like a harvest of fruit. You did not do the work to prepare the fruit. Other people did that hard work. Now you have brought in the fruit that they worked for. That makes you happy. I don't know about you, but when I meet a person, I will get a gut turning feeling about said person. And usually that person is either a gray feeling of, I'm not going to like you, I should stay clear of you. Or in the past, that other feeling will be, you're going to go to church with me at some point. Because I can hear that voice saying, you're going to come with church with me. Because of how people are today, I usually get to know them before asking them, hey, you should come to church with me. It's great. But most of the time, what I've noticed, the people that I end up asking to go to church have some kind of traumatic experience within the church of their past. How can we as a church today show people a true church family is just a couple questions that how can we, a church, show people a true church family in a couple questions that they ask you what your answer would be? What would your answer be if they asked you, what makes a church family a church family? For the last couple of weeks, when you see me at church, Sunday mornings, and you ask, hey, how's it going? My normal answer will most likely be, I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm here. I want to share with you tonight why I'm so tired. I work at Taco Bell here in Sweet Home, training to become a manager most nights. I don't get off of work until 2 a.m. Lately, I've been getting off at work at 4 or 5 a.m. on Saturdays mostly. On weekdays, I get up in the morning at 7:40 to get Adeline up for school. And most of the time, Sammy's up. So I don't get to go back to sleep. We usually have our morning routine where we eat breakfast, He stays up for like an hour or two. We go take a nap. And most of the time, we wake up when Adeline gets back from school. Now, Adeline is a lovely little lady. She does not and will refuse to take a nap. That means I don't get to go back to sleep during the day because she's cranky. She's tired, but she refuses to take a nap. And most of the time, Nick is at work, so I'm dealing with both kids by myself, tired. Now, the reason I'm telling you this, John 4:5 through 14. He came to a town in Samaria. Hey, that's great. Called Sychar. It was near. It was near to the piece of land that Jacob had given to his son Joseph many years earlier. Jacob's well was there. Jesus was tired after his journey, and he sat down beside the well. It was about midday. His disciples had gone to buy food in the town. A woman from Samaria came to the well to get some water. Jesus said to her, "Please give me a drink." The woman from Samaria said to him, "You are a Jew, and I am a woman from Samaria. Why would you ask me to give you a drink?" Jesus answered the woman, "You do not know that God could give to you, or what God could give to you. I asked you to give me a drink to me, but you do not know who I am. If you did know, you would have asked to give a drink to you. Then I would have given you the water that gives life." The woman said, "Sir, you have no bucket, and the well is deep. Where can you get this water that gives life? Jacob, our ancestor, gave this well to us. He, his sons, and his sheep, goats, and cows all drank its water. Are you saying that you are greater than Jacob?" Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks water from this well will get thirsty again. But I will give people a different kind of water. Everyone who drinks that kind of water will never get thirsty again. The water that gives them will become like a well inside them that will continue to provide water that gives them life forever with God." My God, that could do incredible things, was tired. He was tired and decided to sit down and share the gospel. He planted the seed and spreaded it. 4 John 4:28 through 30. Then the woman left his water pot and returned to the town. She said to the people there, "Come and see a man who has told me everything about myself. He told me all the things that I have ever done. He must be the Messiah." So they left the town and they went to see Jesus. I would rather come to church where I can worship my God and sleep later, even if I'm not on the stage. Last week, Nick looked at me and said, "Are you sure you want to go to church? You're running off of 2 hours of sleep." And I said, "Yes, I want to go to church. It doesn't matter if I'm tired. I'll always be tired, but with God's water that He provides, I grow little by little. The more I read, the more I dig, I grow into my faith, which is why I chose to be here. I understand that we are tired, but that should not keep us from worshiping God at church. That shouldn't keep you from sharing the gospel and planting that seed and watching it grow into a tree." That is what I have.